Good morning, Canadian Yarn. My name is Alyssa, and today we're going to do actually two different patterns. I will get into that in just a second, but I did want to show the daily update. Got pockets, and I got that much done, so getting there. I actually got something done finally. So what we're going to be doing is a basic pot holder, bowl cover. What I use them for is when you have something in the microwave and it's really, really hot, and you just pull it out, you put it on here, and then it doesn't burn your hand. This one is very simple. It is a single crochet, 20 stitches, 14 rows high, very thick blanket yarn, which we're going to be using a Bernat blanket this time for both of them. We're going to do a knit and a crochet one. I'm going to move you over to the overhead cam, and I'll be right back. All right, here we go. Now that we are getting ready, here's the blanket yarn. I'm not sure what color it is, just because, whoa, that's supposed to happen. Push up just a little bit. I've had this for a very, very long time. It is just a regular blanket yarn. I mean, no big deal. So we are just going to, I'm also using a 6mm hook. So we are going to cast on or chain 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Now we're going to do one more. So when we turn, we have one there. And then you can just go, because it is harder to see the bars on the back. I could do it, but I am just going to go into the loops. So we're just going to single crochet this row. And like I said, I would normally just make it a single crochet, just 14 rows. But because I've done that with the hand towel, what I'm going to do today is I'm just going to do a slightly different variation with a different stitch. So it's not a 1 row repeat. It's going to be a 2 row repeat. Just keep single crocheting, 20 stitches. Just going to keep going. And then the next row, you're going to do a double crochet, which will just add a little bit more height to the one that I have right here that's pink. There we go. And I don't border these. I will probably border the knit one because knit does tend to curl. This one will flatten out. So I'll probably crochet a single crochet border around it. There's that. Now you're going to go up 1, 2, 3, turn, and then there's a stitch here, but you want to go into the second one, and you're going to go through the loop, through the loop. Don't like how much that is, so instead of double crochet, we're going to use a half double crochet. So same thing, but you just come through, go through 1, 2, and 3, and there you go. Wrap around, go through the hole, and this is a half double crochet. Not quite what I was going to do. I'm going to take that one, so we're down to 2, chain 2, not chain 3, and you're just going to do a half double crochet. Didn't like how large those loops were. I don't want you to burn your hand, so I do want to make sure that you there's not a lot of holes, which is actually why I did pick this blanket yarn. This one has been washed and dried many, many, many times. I've used it many times over. So Bernat blanket yarn is a great yarn to use. Gifts and blankets and all of that can go in the washing machine. It's probably not a good hand towel because I'm pretty sure it's a polyester. I would have to look that up, but I'm pretty sure it is a polyester. And you just all 3 hooks. Then you're just going to keep doing single crochet and then half double crochet. And that way, you're going to have a really nice tight pattern. You may not even see it because it is fuzzy yarn, but the point is just to make sure your hands are nice and safe and protected from the heat of the bowl or the plate or whatever it is you're, even if it's just put it on like a trivet on your table, that can work too. So I do hope to earn your like and subscription. I would love to hear what you would like to, what you would make with this blanket yarn. That would be awesome. Any comments, questions, anything like that, leave in the comment section below. I read them all. And now you're going to go single crochet. And you're just going to do that for, like I said, about 14 rows. I mean, you can always go farther, but usually that's about this size, the size of the pink one. And it's a pretty good size. It's pretty good to keep your hand from being burned from a plate, or put it on your countertop so it doesn't burn your countertop. I will do one more row and then I will come back when I'm done this one. And a lot of this kind of yarn, you do learn to get used to it by feel. I know what I'm looking for, and I know that you're looking to go in between each of these. You see stitches there, and you can see there's a stitch there. It does take some practice. Fuzzy yarns are a little more advanced, but they do make a really good insulator. So you could make a coffee cup holder cozy, but it probably would be a little thick. I can admit I have not done that. One, 2, and this is a half double crochet. There you go. Do this row, and then I will come back when I have finished this pot holder to start the next one. And that is going to be a honeycomb brioche pattern. It is a 4-row repeat. Very simple, very easy to do. And that will be the next one I do as soon as I'm done this, because this shouldn't take that long to do. They are a really good way to use up scraps. And they're nice to have, easy to throw in the dryer, washer dryer if they get dirty. Like I said, I like to use them for times when I have something in the microwave and it's just too hot to hold or to carry to the table or whatever. Then these are a great way to do it. And if you don't have a bulky yarn, as I've said in the knitted slipper, you can always hold multiple strands together, and that will make a nice bulkier yarn. You can do it with different colors. You can do it with all the same color. And it's actually a really good scrap yarn project. I try to use a lot of scrap yarn up. So there we go. I will come back when I'm done this. Actually, one of the things I did want to discuss is these little balls. Now, this has been used. I've actually frogged it from another project that I had kicking around that I didn't want anymore. And what I did is for years and years and years, I have had a yarn ball winder. I'm going to grab my old one. This is one that I have bought many years ago. And it's a Loops and Threads. I bought it from Michael's. I did lose the one piece, so I never really used it. Had it for 20 years, something of that nature. And then last year, I had some yarn that needed to be wound into a ball. And I bought one off of Amazon, a bit newer, has a perfect clamp. And honestly, if you get the chance and you're willing to spend a little bit of money on a yarn ball winder, they really do help with your scrap yarns. You can make a cake like this. You can make a cake with different colors. They are a very useful tool. I never thought that for many years. I would like to get a Swift. That is the accordion-like thing that goes with the yarn ball winder. I do not have one currently. I do want one. I know it's probably gimmicky. I know probably people would think it's very gimmicky. I used to believe that. But the reality is if you want to wind up a ball and you like the center pull like I do, it is a far good investment. I have mine on my table downstairs, and maybe I'll show it one day and we'll do a tutorial on how to yarn ball wind. It's probably not a bad idea. Show you how it works. And I never thought I'd like it, and I actually do really like it. It's really good for yarns because I hate having yarn be a big mess somewhere, and a lot of times it happens. And now I just go down, I keep it in, technically I'm right by my kitchen table, and I wind up my yarn. All the cats come because they know the sound of it now, and I make these lovely little cakes that are a heck of a lot neater. And like I said, if you want to make your own yarn cakes, you can do that too. So I will be finishing this, and then I will come back and start the next one. So this is the right length, and I've done equal amounts, but I am going to do one last row of single crochet, and then I will be done on this one. And as I said, I haven't used very much amount of yarn, so that's good. Now I'm just going to finish it off, then I will darn in, and we will cast on the knitting ones, and they will be 20 stitches cast on there. So we're just doing the last row, and it is single crochet, just to make it even, make it nice looking. And then you will have a really nice, thick pot holder, or bowl cover is what I call them. Trivet, another word for them. I'm not going to say it won't be flammable. Oh, hello, Charming. Yes, my son's cat is saying hello. Yes, hello. And we're almost done. And then I darn in and cast on. Yes, Charming. So there's the last stitch. A little bit through. Turn that through, and then we're going to darn. Yes, Charming. Go up like that. Yes. Well, there you are. You come say hello. Looking out the window. Is it that good time? Oh, hello. You're not paying enough attention, huh? Hello. Yes, you're back to being a pain in the bum, huh? I'm just going to trim this. Stop. Thank you. And I'm going to trim this, darn it, and trim it, and then I will cast on 20 stitches. And oh, I will measure it just so if you want a measurement. So basically the measurement is 7 by 8. So 7 inches by 8 inches. And there, so that's a knot. But like I said, great way to use up yarn, any excess yarn. So now we're going to make a slip knot, insert the crochet hook, and we are going to cast on 20 stitches. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. So that's that. Now, the first row is simple. You're going to knit. So it's going to be a straight knit row. And then the next row, and every alternate row will be knit. So it's a very easy stitch. Just go in the back of the loop, wrap around, pull through, and pull off. Back of the loop, pull through, so in, around, pull through and up, and pull off the needle. That is basically the basic stitch in knit. And then you're just going to keep going. Next row is where the pattern starts. So you're going to knit 2, 1, 2, and then you see this bar here, you're going to knit it up together. And you're going to knit 1, and then you're going to do that again. You're going to grab your needle, you're going to put it underneath this bar. So normally you'd put it in there. You're going to go put it under the bar and through the loop. And then just knit like normal. So you do that for every other stitch. To the last 2 stitches. And as I said, this is called the honeycomb brioche stitch. And it is a very, very pretty stitch. I think both the right side and the wrong side look pretty. So it is, in my opinion, reversible. All right. So I should have done 19 stitches, not 20. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to knit these 2 together and then knit 1. So it should have been 19. That can happen. Was wondering about that. Now the next row, you're going to knit. So this is the wrong side, and you're just going to knit. If I'd have done a ribbing, it wouldn't have curled, but because I'm not, I don't know how this will curl. If it curls, I'll have to do a single crochet border. Oh, that's going to be in the front. That's going to suck. All right, maybe I can work with that. And as you can see, sometimes when I frog, it gets a little tangled and it doesn't want to frog, so you have to kind of break it. So now you're going to knit one, and this one you're going to go up in that loop again, and that's all that's different. 1 and 2, 1 and 2, 1, 2. Just going to keep repeating that. Under the bar. Ooh, I might be able to make that go into the back. Under the bar. 1. Under the bar. Knit 1. And I will repeat this complete pattern one more time. 1. Under the bar. And knit 1. So like I said, that was 4 rows. Now you're going to alternate row, so you're going to knit again. These rows may be a little bit harder for you to count, so yet again, we can do the 7 inches. Okay, so this one is knit 2, 1 and 2, and then go under that bar again. And it is as simple as that, and it is its own little pattern, and I can show you. No, I can't. I don't have any nearby right now. So I do have a couple of cardigans with that particular pattern done, so that one's going to have to go through to the back. There we go. That looks better. You could use a tighter needle on this one if you really wanted to. So a smaller needle. I think I've used a 6mm. And these are Susan Bate needles. I absolutely love these acrylic Susan Bate needles. They are so, so very nice. And then the last 2 are knit 2. Then you're going to knit again. And as I said, you may not see this pattern real well because it is, actually I have it right behind me on the blanket behind me. I will take a picture and I will add it, or I will show the detail up close when I'm at the end of the video, so you might be able to see the pattern just a little better. But right now, you're almost on the last row. That I'll show you, and then I will finish and come right back. So this one is knit 1 and knit under the bar, and that's as simple as that. And you just go to the end. I will finish this up. I will show you what they look like at the end. I do hope to earn your like and subscription. If you have a comment of something you'd like me to do, by all means, leave it below. I love comments, tips, anything you've got. I respond to it all. And that is the basic knitting brioche, honeycomb brioche pattern. Like I said, you won't really be able to see it here, the detail of the yarn, but I have a project I will show you when I'm done. So there it is. It's a little hard to see the details, but I'm just going to get that back. There it is. I'm going to cast off like I like to do with the crochet hook. I'm going to show you what it looks like with a little less detail, with a little better detail of the blanket I have. Bernat blanket yarn does not show a lot of great detail, so I will take you over and I will show you the blanket I have right behind me after I cast off. And that way you will be able to see the details, even though this one doesn't look really detailed. It is the same pattern, so you just do that one bar grab. And as I said, it's called the Honeycomb Brioche pattern. It is a very nice pattern. I actually like to use it. I've used it in cardigans, blankets. This was the first time I tried it in something a little different with a little different yarn. And unfortunately, this yarn is not very good at showing the detail of the stitches. If I did something in cotton, you'd probably see it really well. Maybe I will whip up one in that purple creme cotton one, and then you'll be able to see the details in it. You'll see, I'll show the difference in the two details. One more. There we go. Take a tail. Oh, hello, Charming. You're back, huh? Oh, well, that sucks. Well, normally I would pull it through, but since I can't, I'll wrap it around and I'll pull it this way because there was a knot right there. I will darn this in, and when we come back, I will show you, or I'll show you the detail of the blanket. If it shows up real well, then I will hope to see you in the next daily update. Trim that. So there's the one side, there's the actual side. Here are the three, and I'm going to pause you and I will show you the next one. So here's the blanket. The detail is very nice. You can see the bars. Hello, Willow. You can see where I've grabbed the bar, and that's the detail of the stitch. So I do hope to earn your like and subscription. I hope to see you again, and if you want to leave a comment, by all means, have a great day, and I'll see you again. Okay, so I decided that what I was going to do was going to do it in the cotton. Now, I'm just getting myself set up, so I do apologize. But I'm just going to put my light on. I just got to get it set up. I usually don't need the lights, but today it is a little gloomy. So what I'm doing right here is I've cast on 19 stitches. I'm just, you might be able to see the pattern a little bit better in this one. So now what we're going to do, and I did a 5.5 millimeter. So I went a little bit down. I am using only 2 of these, not 3. And I'm going to go in 1, 2. I'm hoping you can see this a little better. You go in right here into this hole. So you're getting the bar and the stitch. And then 1. And then 1 again. And it is the exact same thing as I did on this one. It's just you can see it a lot better. I knew within 3 rows it wasn't going to be visually great, but I did want to finish it because I do really appreciate the Bernat blanket in it. Oh, I forgot to darn that one in. I will do that in a minute. So you just 1 under, 1 under, and you just keep going. And because it was knit 2, we end with knit 2. And then, as I said, the back row is purl. So we're going to finish this, or knit, sorry, not purl. This one has absolutely no purling. It is a really easy, simple pattern. It is called the honeycomb brioche, as I've said before. And this one will be a little bit smaller. Just it won't be quite the length because it is only 19. This is going to be a little bit smaller, but it should still work as a pot holder, trivet, bowl cover, whatever. You do the 7 inches up. Maybe not quite. You can start to gauge where you like it. If it's 7 inches is too long, don't do 7 inches. So then, as you can see, the previous row we did 1, 2, and there's the 3rd stitch. So you have to do it in the 2nd here. Very easy to see this stitch now. And now you get to see the difference between how bad fuzzy yarn shows detail as opposed to a different yarn. A different yarn can make all the difference in how you see your stitches, where you want placement, what you want to look at. That's why a lot of people, when they do amigurumi, are using cotton. Cotton is a very great stitch shower, for lack of a better term. It really shows those stitches detail really, really well. I've seen a few people who do amigurumi, and they very much like to use cotton or a plush, because a plush like this or a chenille will hide a lot of imperfections. So you can get away with a plush, or if you want a really tight knit stitch, you want to go with a cotton to show off those beautiful stitches, which is why I knew this one would work well. So that is the 4 rows. I will show you what it looks like when I'm done. But as I said, you just want to do, it's a 4-row repeat, very simple. I will show you what the project looks like at the end. A little bit better detail. I wasn't sure if the blanket was showing it, but a little bit better detail in this one. And I will come back when I'm done. Okay, so there it is. I'm just going to darn in the end. And this is a lot easier to see. They are the same pattern. You know, it's really hard to see on the Bernat blanket. But this is the exact same pattern. And it looks really, really pretty on the front. This is the front. Just gonna stretch. Turn it back. And then I will flip it over. I will show you the pattern on the back because I think it's really, really pretty on the back or the front of this one. So there's the back. There's the front. There is the different patterns. And I hope to earn your like and subscription. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I hope to see you again tomorrow. Have a good one.